I'm Ruth Patini, and I'm responsible for progress in Key Stage 5 at St Peter's High School and Sixth Form Centre.
Awesome. And why did you get the programme?
So, first and foremost, we were offered the opportunity to have the Aim a Little Higher talk through the Grows Network. And they're presently in Year 13. Our students, when they were in Year 12 in that summer, loved it. The vibe was great. It was really positive to have somebody who isn't a teacher with so much talent, enthusiasm, but real life examples ultimately to convey to the students. And so after we'd booked that for the second opportunity for the current Year 12, and having had another positive response, I was really keen to talk to Kamal about what other products he had and what else we could do. And he explained that he developed a 6-week programme. I snapped his arm off to have that. We were really keen to make it happen and fit the dates in, really so that we could take a core of students and see how far we could move them on in terms of them being able to think about their next steps, their current state, and really think about how to get there, which we're not always able to do as teachers in a way that's really relevant to their state of mind at the time they're in sixth form, but also to the range of things they might do next. We're kind of good on the careers and the exams, and having a breath of fresh air with real experiences and giving them time to grow was really important to us.
Awesome. Did you feel like the programme met those expectations you had before?
It has met them and it has exceeded them. I think one of the things that's been particularly special about the programme, which you maybe couldn't have put your finger on at the outset, is the extent to which the students have felt so much more comfortable describing their own experiences, their successes, their insecurities, in a space that isn't confined to a lesson and a teacher and a subject, because that really gives them freedom. And the way they communicated with each other, because they weren't from the same friendship groups, in fact it was a real cross-section of abilities, has been fantastic, because they wouldn't necessarily naturally get time together in that way, and yet the majority of students have got something, even if they only came to one or two of the sessions, they have really blossomed, and the ones who've seen it through to the end have really felt it was that cheesy word journey, but ultimately it has been, because that they've started to make real inquiries into jobs, into careers that they maybe wouldn't have had the chance to through the usual routes of the careers advice or pastoral support we give them. So it's been wonderful.
Fantastic. And have you had a lot of examples of sort of real wins, beyond the kind of fluffy, I feel more confident because I did it?
Yeah, we have. I mean, so one of our students has got a part-time job off the back of the programme. So, he went out there. Making the phone call itself was really daunting, and he got organised and confident enough to do that, to make those approaches. We have students who have set up work experience on the basis of the programme as well. Students who just have a more positive attitude in the classroom. I've seen students, working harder, being more positive about meeting deadlines as a consequence. And I think one of the nicest things was a couple of students who talked about some issues surrounding kind of negotiating issues to do with racism, and they stayed behind after one of my lessons, and we ended up having like a half an hour talk about things that they'd initially started to work on with you, and we then thought about what we might change in schools as a consequence, and who we might contact in school to help support some of the younger students facing these problems, and we're going to bring that into fruition. We're going to talk to the head of Year 9 next. So these are the types of things that you couldn't necessarily anticipate at the beginning or kind of measure, but we're now seeing the fruits of them and the impact later on, which is wonderful.
Fantastic. And would you recommend the programme to other sixth forms?
I would wholly recommend the programme. I think one of the things that I've really learnt from, in terms of the organisation and selecting the students, is that you have to be prepared for the fact that some students may not feel it's for them. But if you recruit students who you feel you can make a change with, and you allow them that opportunity to explore, if you just say, for the first session, see what it's like, you'll be amazed how much positivity you get back, and how much they value the time. They really look forward to the sessions in a way that has been extremely positive to see. And I feel that they have had the investment from your expertise, your experiences, that we can't always offer throughout a period in this way. We get a snapshot of a lesson on this, or a little bit on careers, but having that fixed time over 6 weeks has really enabled them to put things into practice. And I like the fact you set them targets during the 6 weeks as well, so that week to week they know, well, actually that session didn't just involve talking or filling out a booklet. There was an expectation and there was an outcome. And I think that's been particularly positive, that you've kept them on their toes throughout it. And there's been an active expectation for them to do things following the programme in their school life, in their personal life as well.
Fantastic.